All right. So let's work on being able to handle roles, right? The different roles. And in particular, let's talk about the admin role, right? And based on the admin role, perhaps there might be several things that an admin could do, but no one else could do, right? So first, we'll need to be able to represent roles in general, right? So to do that, let's modify the schema of our user, right, so that we can capture roles in general. Right? So for instance, the way we might want to capture that is by perhaps having a role attribute here. And this could be as simple as a string, right? And that string just says that you have a particular role, and that's it, right? That's if you can only have just one role. But it could be that you are allowed to have more than one role. Okay, so perhaps this could be roles instead, like an array of roles. Okay. Now if it's just a single row, we want to make sure that since this is this string has special meaning, it's not just any string. Right? We want to make sure that we validate that this string has a valid value, right? So there's no way to validate this in MongoDB, right? Typically in a relational database, what you would do is we would create some kind of enumerated data type, right? Or some table that would have valid values from which you can draw from, okay? And MongoDB doesn't have anything like that equivalent to that, but Mongoose does, right? Mongoose can do the validation for us. The validation will be done at the application level as opposed to at the database level, right? But it gives us the same capability. So just instead of just declaring as a plain old string, what we're going to do is we certainly want it to be type string, right? But we want it to be a validated string. Make sure that it has values that can only be drawn from the following list of valid strings. So for that, Mongoose provides an enumerated attribute from where you have the valid value. So for instance, you might have here just a generic user role. So everybody is a user, right? But in addition to that, you could be a faculty, right? Or you could be a student, or you could be an administrator, admin. So those are the valid values that that particular role. So role can only be one of those four values. Make sense? Right? And we can provide a default value. Right? If you don't tell me what's the value of the role, I'll just assume that it's the user, the value user. Make sense? Okay. All right, but maybe we don't want just one role at any one time. Maybe we want to be able to have multiple roles, right? So not only am I a generic user, but I am a user and I'm a faculty, right? Or I'm a user and I am a student. So I can have multiple roles. So to do that, let's put this in plural, and instead this will be an array. So this is an array of strings, and each string can only be taken from that enumerated data type. Make sense? All right. Let's break that up. There we go. Okay, so that having said that, when we create a user, we like to make sure that the user has that particular role, right? And so we can do that, right, when the user is being created, right, in the model, right? So let's do that next.